What's up and welcome to Guiding Bolts. Jessica and Ron here today, and this is part 2 of our video on how to clear a clogged sink faucet or one that has low water pressure. If you haven't started with our other video, which is cleaning out the head of the faucet, go ahead and start with that video first, link in the description or up above, since that will clear up the issue 9 times out of 10. If you've already done that, keep watching and we're going to show you how to flush out your sink lines today. So we're underneath the sink here. First thing you want to do is gather up the tools you'll need. You'll need a wrench, a 5-gallon bucket, and then a towel to help clean up any water messes. Under your sink you have a hot water line and a cold water line. When the dial on them is turned up and down, that means the water is on, is flowing. We want to turn both of the valves to the side so that we turn off water for both lines. Then we're going to take our wrench and we're going to unscrew the bolt and disconnect our cold water line. Once you have the cold water line disconnected, you're going to bring your 5-gallon bucket under the sink and place the end of the line in the bucket. Now this is the end that feeds up through the counter and into the faucet. Once that's in the bucket, you're going to turn your hot water valve to on, and then we're going to go up top to the sink faucet. We're going to turn it on and we're going to go back and forth between hot and cold water. And what this is doing is reversing the water through the line to help flush out any sediment that may be trapped in it. So go ahead and do that back and forth between hot and cold a few times. Insert water rushing sounds right here. Unfortunately, our microphone did not pick up the audio during the recording of this video. That's why I'm doing this voiceover for Ron after the fact. Now, once you've finished flushing the line, you can go ahead and get your bucket out of the way and then reconnect your cold water line using your wrench to tighten up that bolt again. After the cold water line is tightened, we're going to turn the hot water valve off by turning it to the side again. We're then going to repeat the same process, now flushing the hot water line. So go ahead and use your wrench to disconnect the hot water line. With our hot water line disconnected, we're going to put the end of it back into our bucket. We're then going to turn the cold water valve to on by moving the valve to the up and down position. We're then going to turn the faucet back on and repeat going from cold to hot, back and forth a few times. You'll notice that the water is not flushing out of the line in a single stream. It's kind of spraying all over the place. That likely indicates that there's a larger piece of sediment stuck in the line. And as Ron flips it over and we take a look, sure enough, there is a giant piece of sediment stuck in there. And so as he digs that out, that is a piece of our galvanized pipe that has come loose. Again, that happens in old houses. So he's just going to dig that out with his finger, and then he's going to flush it a couple more times. Once that process is done, go ahead and hook your hot water line back together, tightening it again with your wrench. Once secure, you can go ahead and turn your hot water valve up and down to turn it back on and allow the water to flow again. So now we have both our water lines hooked up and both valves turned to the on position. This completes the flushing of our line, so we're going to go back up top and check to see how our water flow is doing. It's hard to tell without the sound of the water, but our water pressure has been restored after clearing out the faucet in the last video and now flushing both the cold and hot water lines in this video. Sometimes during the flushing process, a few pieces of sediment might get back into the top of that nozzle and you might need to redo the steps covered in the first video. So if there's still some water flow issues, go ahead and repeat that. But at this point, you should be good to go. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them down below. If this video was helpful, give us a like and subscribe. Thank you.